Hello and welcome back to another tutorial. In today's lesson, we're going to take a look at how to create a drum track in Soundtrap. So go ahead and sign into your account, and then from your account, go ahead and enter into your studio. From here, we're going to create a new project, and we're going to choose a music project. And what we're going to do is take a look at the various different ways to create your drum tracks. So we have a track here, but we're going to actually just browse the loops, and we're going to go to drums. And we don't want the featured drums, we want all of the drums, so make sure you get rid of the featured. And that brings up all the genres for us. And then what we want to do is, well, it's up to you where you want to go, but I'm going to choose hip hop. And I'm going to take a look at a few different options that are here. So if you take a look, you'll see two different icons. You'll see the little music notes, and then you're going to see the waveform. What the two of them do is the waveform is going to be samples, and then the music notes is going to be MIDI instrument kits. And so let me just show you what they look like. I'll bring this one over here. And that's a kit, or not a kit, a sample that's already built for us for the most part. But if I zoom in, you can see that it's actually little waveforms of a sample that's been recorded. And then it's been patterned out to be, for the most part, a perfect loop. And then you can change that to be any tempo you want. So I want to decrease this to 88 and then choose confirm. What Soundtrap does is it adjusts and stretches appropriately that sample to match perfectly the tempo. So go ahead and choose adjust. And without distorting the sound, and that's not an easy thing to do, but without distorting the sound, it perfectly matched the tempo with that sample. So I'll go ahead and play that back again. And that sounds great. And we have our measures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 measures already built for us and put together for us. And you have other similar samples and choices to choose from to start building out your track. But maybe this sample doesn't give you enough control. Maybe you like it, but it's not exactly how you want it to sound. And through the controls of adjusting how long or how short the sample is, you can't find the sound that you want. So let's go ahead and delete that. I'm going to go ahead and delete this track entirely. And let's use the other option, which is going to be that of the little music note. And I like the Brampton kit. I like that a lot, so we'll bring that in. So let me go ahead and bring in this sample. And it's actually a kit, not just a sample. Let me bring that in. And you can see here the pattern that's already been created for us with this kit. So let me show you what the kit looks like. And here, it's already mapped out that you can play this on your keyboard. But that's already been done for you, and so this arrangement here is this kit that you see before you, but mapped out into this pattern. And let me show you what it looks like more accurately on a piano roll. So you have all these little placements in our measure that go in order with our tempo, and they've been placed out into a beat. And so if I play that back, you'll see it's going to hit each one of these notes, and you can see what it sounds like in the piano here, or on the keyboard. And each one of these keys correlates to that of a different sample on that of our map. And then you can start building each of these sounds and changing the intensity, so how strong or soft the sound is going to be, as well as how long or short that note is going to last on our time, or in our time. So, and this is going to match that of the time and tempo as well, just by adjusting these things. So let me go ahead and zoom in here so you can see this, and then bring this back to the beginning, and we'll take a look at what this sounds like. Okay, I happen to like that a lot, but maybe I wanted to add something. Maybe there's something over. Maybe I want to add more of this, and I want to put it at the end of each one of these measures. So let me go ahead and add a note here, a note here, and I'll extend that. We'll play that back. Okay, I can't say I love that, but I was able to successfully add what I wanted. I'm going to remove that because I hate that, but maybe you'll find something that works much better. So, or even if you don't want to build it this way, using the piano roll, you can go back into the instrument view and you can start recording over top of what's there. So go ahead and play it back and start experimenting with the keyboard. And now if you go back, you can record over top of that and start adding the samples or notes that you want on there. So I'm going to go ahead and choose record. It counts down, and now I can start adding those things. Okay, so now I've added the notes that I wanted to my pattern. If I go back in here, it's going to be a little bit off. I wasn't perfectly on time, and so what I can do is I can select all these, and then I can quantize this. And I can bring it to 1/64th, 1/32nd, 1/16th, 1/8th, 1/4, half note, or one measure. And I want a fairly accurate control, something that's going to still allow some personality in the sound, but something that's also going to bring this closer structurally to the sound that I want. So I'm going to choose quantize. I'm going to choose 1/16th. And let me listen to how that sounds. And I actually love it. So I was able to take something else that I grabbed from a sample and add some personality to it, make it my own, and make it a bit more unique. But not just that; it's changed the whole style of the way that sample sounded. And so I was able to customize that and create what I wanted. So you can continue to do that. You can continue to add more. So we were looping back, but now that's there permanently. So I can go back and record in that of my instrument and keep on adding more and more. And then I can keep on building further. So I have the ability to take this and I can copy it if I want to. And again. And if I look at my overall time, I'm just about at a minute. And a minute and 5 seconds. And so without much effort, I was able to build a unique and interesting track that I can then start adding melodies or vocals or other things on top of this with just a good idea and knowing the application fairly well. So the other option you have is if you wanted to continue to add samples, because this is something that structurally has a good tempo, you can start then adding other things on top of that. So let's say I wanted to add this right here. I can bring this in. And we'll get rid of this measure here. And now we'll go back and forth. sorry, my loop is on. So it still has a similar style, but it's changed up a little bit to kind of break down and add like maybe a bridge for a chorus, and then it's gonna go back to the other beat that we had created. So once you have the structure of the drums, then you can start to layer and add other things, like I said, the melody or guitar or other instruments. And that's how you create drums in Soundtrap. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next lesson.